Now, I know a lot of people are trying to figure out different ways to work from home or even create an income from a market garden, small scale farm, or even your homestead. Well, in this video, we're going to be going through exactly how I create my sales goals for the farm every single season. Thanks for joining me. If this is your first time here, my name's Cody and I'm the farmer here at Simplistic Farms. We run a small scale farm with about a 1/4 acre market garden here in West Michigan, and we are going into our 3rd season. This is actually part 2 of Planning Your Market Garden series. The first one was Crop Planning 101. Check it out if you haven't seen it already. Let's get into it. Alright, the first thing you want to do, and I did discuss this a little bit in the first video, was you want to do your market research, okay? You want to find out what the other farmers in the area are selling their veggies for, whether it be at the farmer's market or through a CSA or however they're selling their food. You want to find out what's the fair market value, what's the going rate for your area. One pro tip I will say is if you don't have at least one person complaining that you're too expensive, you're probably not charging enough. I will just say that. But that's the first thing you want to do is you got to do your market research, okay? And I do it actually every year going into the new season. I still check around and see what's going on just to make sure I'm still within reason, not charging too much, not charging too little for our time and effort either. Now the second thing I do, and we talked a little bit about this in the first one, is I implement the KISS method, okay? I keep it simple. I keep it as simple as possible, and I do standardize everything. So because I standardize everything, it makes it pretty simple because I know exactly how many bunches of carrots are going to come off a bed, so I know how much that bed is going to produce if I'm growing carrots, or how many bags of lettuce, or whatever the case may be. So I make sure that all of my crops are standardized into units, either by bunches, by bags, by weight, by individual items if they're large items like zucchini or pumpkins or whatnot, or by boxes, say for our CSAs. Alright, now that we've done our market research and we know what sales outlets we want to go with, we've implemented the KISS method and standardized everything into units. So that brings us to number 3, and we need to set our prices for our individual units, whether it be our items at $3.50 a unit or 2 for $6, or our weekly boxes at $20 a box bought by the week, or our CSA shares at $2.50 for a single share, $450 for a family share. Whatever it is, you need to set your prices, okay? Then and only then can you actually create your sales goals. You can figure out exactly how many units you need to sell based on your outlet to come up with your end goal of how much you want to make. Or better yet, what's a realistic sales goal based on the critical information you found out in the first video. What are your sales outlets? How big are your beds, and how many beds do you have to grow on? So as an example, if I sell 20 CSA shares at $450 a share, so I sell 20 family shares, that's $9,000 in CSA sales for the season, okay? And then if I say sell 30 farm cards, $100 salad club cards, that's another $3,000 for the season. And then if I sell 20 weekly veggie boxes at $20 a box, that's another $400 a week, or an additional $6,000 a season. Another thing we're going to try this year, we're putting in our sales goals, is to create an additional $200 a week via either a farm stand or the farmer's market stand, depending on which route we go, depending on the world this year. So that is going to be put into our sales goals. So these are just some examples of how we would go about planning out our sales goals for the season. If there was one pro tip I could give you, it would be to diversify your sales outlets for the crops you're already growing, especially your high value crops. for us, that would be our salad mix. So this year, along with our CSA, along with farmers markets, we are implementing the salad club, and we're pre-selling $100 salad club cards. That'll be good for 45-ounce bags of salad throughout the season. It's just an example of another way to diversify and create more sales for your farm. Now that you've created a realistic sales plan, it's time to create a detailed crop calendar to bring those sales goals to fruition. Or would it be vegetation? And either way, in the next video we're going to dig deep into how we use Google Calendar to set up our crop plan for the market garden. So make sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, ring that bell, and we'll see you on the next one.